Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? I gotta take this jacket off. It's too friggin' bunched up. I don't know if anybody's with me live right now, but I'm at a red light. A drive time shaman session right now. Haven't done one of these in a while. Ah, it's better. Hey, we got some people in the chat room. What's up? I can't really see who it is right now because I'm driving. But thank you for joining me. Looks like what? Drive time. Good morning, Merry Christmas. I just actually finished pretty much everything I gotta do before Christmas. Aaron was. Oh, shout out to whoever is donating right now. 11 realm. The Elven realm. I can't see if it's the Elven realm or what. I'm driving and I got sunglasses on, so thank you so much. You guys are amazing out there. And I wanted to do a quick drive time chat to continue what I was talking about yesterday. I wasn't able to, I had to reschedule Rex with League Project because we got a lot going on, and there was actually a really bad accident on Tuesday night, and I got held up. I was at I guess they're my wife's nieces and nephews, so they're like my nieces and nephews through my wife, my wife's sister's kids. So I was like on my way back home to go to do the show with League Project, and there was like four teenagers, and I think one guy in his 30s died. It was like a really bad car wreck, and the whole parkway was pretty much the Bronx River Parkway was pretty much backed up really bad, really bad. And God bless those kids. I think they were like 4 teenagers that died in one car, and then the car they hit, the dude died too. So really bad, man. Bad situation. And Merry Christmas out there. Oh, Melinda's out there. Shout out to Melinda. So yesterday, I mean, guys, if guess what? There was energy. There was we stepped into a transformation, and I felt the energy in the air. It doesn't always, everybody thinks, well, oh, the world's supposed to end, or there's supposed to be some huge event or some catastrophic thing. There was a huge event. There was a huge event within the whole cosmos, including us. And I can feel the energy in the air. And, you know, last night, to share with you guys, you know, I'm not sure if I'll lose you, but I'll resume it when we get back out, because I'm about to cross through the mountains. You guys can see right here, I always lose service too, probably. We're in the mountains right here. And as I go up higher into the mountains, sometimes I lose service, so I'm not sure if I'm going to lose you guys in a few minutes. But I can feel the energy in the air. And I had a very interesting, I guess you could say, like, I don't know, it was like a moment, like with this old man yesterday too. It was like we shared like 15 minutes together, but it was really special. And I felt like that I might not ever see him again either. And that it was like our destinies were meant to line up at that certain period of time. It's very weird. Very amazing as well. I gave him a wand too. He was in his mid-70s and a Native American man, or First Nations, however you call it. But he grew up on a reservation that's somewhere near Lake Erie. He was explaining to me like near Lake Erie somewhere. But we had an amazing chat, and certain things that he said to me, I was getting visions in my mind of what he was talking about. And English accent, like stereotypical way you would think of a old. I thought about it afterwards, even like that I gave him something special. That he was at the post office buying a money order and a stamped envelope. So he was sending somebody. It looked like he had a lot of money. And First Nations men, they die in their mid-40s or 50s from alcoholism. A lot of them do, because of how bad everything is. And his name is Joe Laughing Crow. And I have a very interesting connection with crows and ravens, first of all. And I definitely, whether you want to call it a spirit guide or me in another parallel dimension, or I've always had a connection to a Native American girl that has always appeared to me in my dreams and in certain key moments of my life when I needed a boost of inspiration or a boost of knock me out of a funk. She would appear. It's almost like it was me from another life. And I've always been connected to Native Americans. A lot of people would ask me if I have part Native American in me. And I know maybe not my DNA physically, if you would get my DNA tested, but somewhere throughout the cosmos. And I have some tribal stuff within my DNA as well. Like the Moors, the North Africans. I have Coptic Egyptian, and like 90% from different places within the Mediterranean. And this guy told me something amazing. He said that and we had very parallel, even though we had different lives, different things happened to us, parallel interesting things lined up with our lives. Like the year that I almost died, I had a near-death experience, and they had to operate on me to save my life, was 1987. And that was when I was like 10 years old. And when he was 9 or 10 years old, right about that time, was when he had a big change in his life. And he had an interesting experience. He started working with a medicine man for a couple of years. He said that he only worked with him till he turned a teenager, till his early teens, so probably from like 10 to 13. He said as soon as he turned a teenager that things like sort of happened where he couldn't be with the medicine man anymore, or the guy died or something happened. He didn't tell me exactly what, but he said that he had to stop working with the guy, or they lost contact or something, and he only got to spend a few years of his life with the guy. And he had an interesting experience on the res that he was talking about, where he saw something that looked like what people watch, a Bigfoot, and how then it disappeared. It literally disappeared, and then right after that, he knew that it was back up on a light ship. And as he said the word light ship, and it was back up on the spaceship and light ship, as he said that word, in my head I saw a Sasquatch type big being, like a Bigfoot being, back up on some sort of ship, getting a collar put on it, and the collar turned him into a ball of light, and he disappeared. I even heard the thing, like when the thing appeared back up on the ship, right when they were about to put the collar, I even heard the like scream of it. It like had a growl type call to, and then it disappeared within the collar. And I told him when I saw that, I didn't tell him about the vision in my head, but I said, oh, it seems like he's a collector, that he's come down here for missions, that they put him down here. He goes, the space people made them. We know this. And I said, would they come down here to put some sort of installations on our ley lines, or our harmonic energy grid? And he didn't understand what I was talking about. And I was like, you know, the earth energies, the way it's mapped out on our planet. Do you think he comes down to do something with that? He goes, oh yeah, quite possible. You know, I had to explain it because he didn't, when I said harmonic energy grid and ley lines, he didn't know what I was talking about. But I said, you know, the earth energies, the way they are mapped out in a special grid on our planet. You think he comes down to do something with those? Or he's here as a collector of DNA or something like that. He goes, yes, most likely something like that, like he's part of a lab experiment. He's a searcher. And that they walk through time. He had long gray hair. It was tucked into his leather vest that he was wearing. He was like wearing a long sleeve shirt with a old leather vest over it, and the leather vest had a patch on the background, on the back of it, with like a Native American holding up his forearm, and perched on the forearm was an eagle. And that's how I met him. He was in front of me at the post office, and he had like a flip phone that he brought out, and he didn't understand how to work it. He had just got it. Somebody is helping him learn how. He doesn't know how to use computers or anything yet. And I told him he's better off. But he basically was like talking to the post office people, getting what he had to do, and I commented on his vest. And when he turned around to talk to me, his whole face changed. Like, we met eyes, and we like instantly connected. Very powerful. And I commented about his vest, and he commented about my copper necklace I had on. And I had this hanging out. You know, I had the copper, the light body infinity harmonizer hanging out of my shirt. And he commented on that, and he goes, yeah, me and my people know about copper. We know about powers of copper. He goes, now I like this. And he took out a pendant. He had a little quartz pendant on his around his neck, you know, a little scrying pendant with a little tiny piece of quartz. And I was like, yeah, he goes, now I use power of crystal. And I told him about, I said, well, you know, I have crystals. I might have one for you even in my car. And he goes, they charge me a lot of money for this crystal here. I go, no, I'll give it to you. He goes, I wait for you that we could talk outside. So it literally talks like that accent. Very broken English. You know, like, I have crystal. I go to store, like that. Like, literally talk like that. Where at first you get taken back, like, is this really the way he talks? You know, especially because he grew up in America his whole life. But apparently, I guess, I didn't ask him, but maybe he grew up speaking his native language as well, and he just knows English as a second language, right? So it was just, I was taken back by how primitive his English was. And it was very interesting, but it was so genuine that I didn't second guess it at all. I figured that you know, my instinct told me that even if he was putting on the accent a little bit heavier than he should, that it was part of his pride. You know, it was part of his not wanting to conform to regular English, you know what I mean? And I respected that, and I knew that what he was telling me was real from the jump. And when we went outside, I talked to him for like 15 minutes, but it went by so quick. I realized he even had to go. We were like 15, 20 minutes there. And I gave him my information. He took my phone number. He invited me to go on a peyote journey with them next year that they do every year. It's like a 24-hour thing. And I mean, he's in his 70s too, as well. We talked about a lot of things, and he was equally impressed by me, I think, as I was with him. And he never thought me looking, you know, dressed sort of hip-hoppy, I guess, right? The way I was dressed. You know, I wasn't like dressed up or anything. I was just shoveling snow too. I had just gone to the post office, and I was dressed like I am now. I had like a bandana on, a hat, a sweatshirt, jeans, right? He did not think that I was equally like a medicine man or something like that he would be familiar with. And some of the things that we talked about, I gave him a big wand, a crystal wand that I had in my car, and I just felt like I had to give it to him. And his face lit up. It was amazing. And they do like a drum session too with the peyote, he was telling me. And even when, you know, I did a sort of my own little ritual. One of my friends came with me as well, Steve. He met me there at the winter solstice, and I'm gonna do a video later on to talk about it more. But we did a powerful activation on winter solstice at the North Salem Balanced Rock, the Catstone, the healing chambers of Sekhmet. And I caught some of the most amazing pictures to show you guys as well. And I was even shown, and I talked about this a few months ago, that 2020 and then in 2021 of December are going to be powerful times related to the galactic computers, the light ship stations that are throughout our galaxy, throughout the cosmos. Some of them have been anchored, and then some of them have been traveling our way. And in 1971, 50 years from 2021, there was also contact made on our planet, saying that they were like 53,000 something light years away, and that they would be arriving in 50 years. And it had to do with a galactic computer light ship, huge light ship, that is related to the nature of our existence and the nature of reality. And I did feel energy literally in the air, like it was the second coming of Christ coming, like literally like a Messiah was coming, that type of energy. And this is the time when avatars are born, and some of us are here to help turn the keys, the codes of the avatar. Just like when Jesus came, right? There was prophets, star mystics like Magi, that saw his coming. And on December 14th of this year, there was an eclipse, a powerful eclipse, and a powerful comet that passed the sun and the eclipse and everything. And it set the way for December of 2021. We are now stepping into our transformation into 5D. And I'm going to share it with you guys later, but last night I had the craziest travels in the fifth dimension while I was sleeping. And that's what we do. We go out of body and we are traveling into another dimension when we sleep. And when we don't remember our sleep, it's because we are literally getting mined. Those memories are being taken from us. Our 5D life is connected to our what's going on when we sleep, literally. And I can't explain it any better than that. And last night I was flying, like I literally can fly like Superman, right? With my arms out, flying. And there was an army of these white vested and long white pantsed people that they looked all the same. Some of them, they looked like almost they had like blonde hair, longish blonde hair. And they were like tight-fitting white shirts, almost like a Japanese style, and had a collar and long white pants, and they were flying everywhere trying to find me. And I had a head start on them. And when I would hide somewhere and I would be perfectly still and stop, they could not see me. But if I was in flight, they could pinpoint me. They could try to find me, come towards my way. And I was dodging them during the whole sleep. During the whole thing I can remember, I was flying to different places and landing and doing certain things with people, and I can't remember it all. And then I was in flight and shaking these things, shaking them. And they looked human, but they looked like an army of clones. Literally, like a army of clones. I don't want to say literally too many more times in a video. I think I said it 3 or 4 times already. I think that's my limit on literally. But I saw dozens and dozens of these people. Right? So this is, yeah, the Clone Wars, right? And Star Wars, Return of the... Star Trek, all of them, they have real information with them. Do you realize even Star Trek Deep Space Nine is written about the Council of Nine? It's written about the Galactic Council. And a lot of these psychic, telepathic experiences, when people have these downloads, it has to do with this council, and a council that is going to make themselves known really soon. They are the 9 principles of the universe. And I gotta go for now. Thank you everybody for joining me. And thank you for donating. You guys are amazing. And Spiral out. Look for a show tonight.